Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on performance engineering. In this session, we'll discuss about the performance of an API, get city details. So as we know, we use JMeter to generate a load on the application. Here we can see API, get city details, and this is the endpoint. Basically, this API returns the details of the city. Now, let us test this API with 4 users for 5 minutes of duration and understand how exactly this API behaves, whether a response time of the API is consistent throughout 5 minutes, or increases, reduces with increase in the user load, or when we test same thing over the period of time, how exactly this behaves. So that is the kind of discussion we will have in this session and the performance of the city details API. Okay, so let us start this test and observe performance characteristics of this particular API. Okay, and we make use of task manager. We have task manager. Okay, we have a task manager, and we have a performance tab here. So basically, this gives us performance characteristics of this particular mission. Okay, here if you observe, utilization is around 100% when number of users increase to 4. Okay, so basically we have issue with the CPU itself, and basically, and also on the memory side, it is 96%. Disk is fine, and we not worry about the internet because all the components used in this particular exercise are deployed in the same mission. Okay, so there is no network involved here. Okay, so if at all response time goes high, maybe one of the reason is a CPU. Okay, so if you observe, the median is around 7.5 second and 90th percentile is around 30 second. It means as the use the load on the system increases, the response time is also increases, because if you observe here, minimum is around 7 second and 99th percentile, sorry, 99th percentile, yeah, it is around 30 second, because we have a ramp up of 60 seconds. Maybe with the first user, response time is around 7 seconds. Maybe for second user, response time might have increased, and third user, fourth user, definitely response time went high. It is around 30 seconds for when number of users in the system is 4. Okay, but another point what we can observe here is, okay, so we saw number of samples around 4 around 30-40 seconds ago, maybe 45-50 seconds ago, but I don't see any increase in the samples. Number of samples are 4. Now looks like system is not responding. um, yeah, definitely one of the reason why one of the reason why response time is very high is also because of ICP utilization, because it is always 100% here most of the time. Okay, so when CPU utilization is 100%, especially on the Windows machines, okay, there are chances that it may degrade when performance of the business transactions or API may degrade. Okay, so that's one observation. But high CPU utilization usually does not cause systems to not respond. Okay, okay. Now, so okay, so what we were discussing in one of the previous session was when something goes wrong with the multiple user load. Okay, so what is that we can do here? Okay, because browser, we do not worry about browser activities, because browser activity is always single user. Okay, so that is what we discussed. And network layer, again, we can ignore a network layer because there is no network involved. And on the application server side, these are the few parameters we can look for, okay, to understand or to find out what is the root cause of the issue. On the database side, these are the few things we need to look. Okay, we already covered this part. Okay, so we have seen what are the utilizations. We observed that there was issue with the CPU. But as I said again, 100% CPU utilization should not cause system to not to respond. Okay, it should respond at least. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like one of the sample got failed. Okay. Okay, now if we see here, okay, so one of the sample failed with the out of memory error, and the message is GC limit exceeded. Okay, so maybe we can you can you make use of J console to understand how exactly GC is happening. Okay, so if you see here, this is there are two what do you call two stages. One is PS mark sweep, another one is PS scavenge. The PS scavenge is kind of a young generation, and PS mark sweep is a old generation. Okay, so here during PS mark sweep, the garbage collection happens on the old generation, and during the scavenge, it happens on the young generation. So another point what we need to look here is this is the amount of time spent, okay, on the GC. The mark sweep, okay, that is garbage collection on the old generation took around 4 minutes. 4 minutes, it is way high. Okay, definitely you should not take so much of time for the garbage collection because we are running test since how many times? It is around 5 minutes. Okay, for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, if at all the garbage collection, this itself takes around uh, almost more than 5 minutes for the garbage collection itself. So uh, then definitely it is an issue. Okay. But one thing is again, it started responding, but few of the samples are failed with the message um, internal server error, that is out of memory error, GC limit exceeded. Okay, so there are two issues we have observed right now. Big issues observed. So one is ICP utilization. Okay, definitely ICP utilization should also have caused the response time of this API to go high, like 130, 120 millisecond. So another major reason is on the garbage collection. Okay, so frequency of garbage collection is too high, and also amount of time it's spent on the garbage collection is also very high. So one of the key feature while we look for the JV metrics, I mean that is garbage collection, is GC time. Okay, so GC time should not be more. Okay, so again, so when I say more, it is a kind of a subjective. It depends on the application. Okay, so usually you should not spend more than 30 seconds for 1 hour of test. This is what we set a kind of a benchmark for one of the application which I have tested. Okay, so again, it varies from application to application. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and in the next session we can try to understand why exactly it is spending so much of time on the garbage collection. Okay, so why the garbage collection frequency is too high, and CPU also moment the GC time is reduces. Okay, and also it will have impact on the garbage collection also. Definitely that also should be reduced. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and as I said, so we will continue to analyze this issue in the next session and try to understand why exactly the garbage collection frequency is too high and it is spending so much of time, that is 5 minutes in just garbage collection. Again, thank you very much for watching this video.